Hello and all, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So for my very next guest of this week is this incredible actor known by the name of Aaron Spurlock. He played the incredible role of Ninja in Power Rangers Legacy Wars, Street Fighter. So I'm about to add Aaron into live now and have a chat with Aaron about his incredible acting. So yeah, let's add Aaron in and have a chat with Aaron.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Aaron, what's up?
Not a whole lot. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. I just want to say first up, thank you so much, Aaron, for taking the time to join my show. It's such a pleasure having you on the show today. To people that don't know who you are, Aaron, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Okay, yeah. Well, my name is Aaron Spurlock, and I apologize for the mess you guys see behind me. I'm in the middle of a move right now. But I'm actually originally from the Northern California area, up towards Shasta County, Trinity County area. It's where I was raised for the majority of my life. I went to Los Angeles a few years ago and started going to a trade school to learn the behind the scenes of how engineering for camera operation and things like that went along. And I ended up connecting with a few people from Bat and the Sun. One of those being Dirk Ellis and Kevin Porter. And eventually I started to become really active and become really good friends with a lot of those people. And that's kind of the start of my involvement with my acting career.
So we'll dive right into the very first question now, Aaron. So you've actually been in this incredible short film called Power Rangers Legacy Wars Street Fighter. What was like that whole experience like for you getting to be in this short film and getting to play the incredible role of Ninja?
It was just that. It was an experience. It was one of those days where Kevin had called me and a couple other people saying, "Hey, we're doing this shoot. You guys want, you can come watch the behind the scenes actions and stuff like that." And the moment I showed up on set, Aaron Shonke walks up to me and he goes, how tall are you? And I told him my height. He goes, how would you want to be Ninja? I was like, okay. so I ended up wearing this Ninja suit. It's the original suit that the Japanese actor wore back in like 1993, 1994. So we had a lot of the armor and the suits were on loan to us from Saban and from Hasbro. And so I'm getting dressed up and I'm in the suit for a good 8 hours, and it's just that. It was an experience. It's one that I will never ever forget.
So on to the very next question. So what did you learn from the experience while playing Ninja in this incredible short film?
I think for me, what I learned is that there is an incredible talent that comes to those having to wear those suits, because I'm not sure if you've ever seen the helmets up close for a lot of those suits. There's several versions of them. They've got the hero ones, and then they've got the ones that the stunt actors would use. And the ones, the hero ones, the differences between them is that the stunt actors, they've got little eye sockets and air sockets, so that are air holes, so you can go through and you can breathe. But even with those, you still have like an extremely hard time with that. So I commend everyone, all Rangers from every series, everywhere, who have worn those suits and had to deal with that.
So on to the very next question. So what if you could be your like own Power Ranger, what color like would you want to be and why for your own Power Ranger?
It's actually a really tough question. I gotta think about that for a moment. I think for me personally, I've always seen myself as like the really tech savvy type of person, and so whenever I whenever I think tech, I think blue. So I always go to Billy. I always go to we've got Dino. We've got all these other Rangers that have always been incredibly intellectual. But I've also seen myself as like, someone who can take a little bit of a charge, especially in my line of work now, you have to. So I'd want to be a royal blue, like a dark, blue, like royal navy blue almost, is the way that the picture of the color that I would see.
Sounds like a very next question. So, what was it like getting to work with like JDF and Ciara Hanna in like Power Rangers Legacy War Street Fighter?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one?
Yeah. What was it like getting to work with JDF and Ciara Hanna?
Oh, JDF is just an outstanding guy. He's probably one of the most down-to-earth people I've ever had the chance to work with, and it's the same with Ciara. She was, she was one of those people that was constantly joking on set, and so it's just one of those things that, I'm glad I had the opportunity to work with them. I've worked with them since then as well. About a year later, when Bat in the Sun was going through and they were starting to promote Legend of the White Dragon, I had the opportunity to be on set for that, and ended up shooting some behind the scenes for their original promo that they were going to use to work on it. So getting the chance to work with them, and then with Johnny Young Bosch and Jason Font, which was my first time with them, it was an incredible experience.
So on to our next question. So what would be your all-time favorite Power Rangers season and why?
My all-time favorite Power Ranger?
Yeah. Season of Power Rangers.
I'm old school. I'm 80s and 90s, so it's got to be the OG Mighty Morphin.
Yes, I love it. So I'll tell you our next question. So who would be your all-time favorite Power Rangers villain and why?
My favorite Power Ranger?
Villain.
Oh, villain. Ooh,
yeah.
Going back old school, we got to go Rita and Zed. They may have seemed to have that little bit of an incompetency, in the way they tried to deal with the Rangers and with Zordon. But some of the times they kind of had the upper hand, and it's good to see Zed in these newer this new season. We're getting a look at Lord Zed coming back, and it's just incredible. And the only thing that I'm sad about is that they aren't able to have Robert Axelrod, who portrayed Zed in the original series, because he's passed and moved on. So that's another actor that we all can say was probably one of the best ones out there. But it's just good to see that character coming back to these newer seasons.
So on to the very next question. So if you could be your own team leader of any 5 Ranger team members, who would you want on your team and why?
Ooh. Well, if we're gonna go off of grid rules, it's gonna be nothing but Tommy. Because we've got our green and our white from Mighty Morphin, we've got our red from Zeo, we've got our black from Dino Charge. So just that team alone, I think would be pretty incredible.
Yes, I love it. So on to our next question. So how did you decide to get into acting in the first place? Like, what made you decide, hey, I want to become an actor?
It was something that just kind of like fell in my lap. It was, I have a lot of experience, working behind the cameras, and I didn't have much in front, but I've always been one of those people who's very energetic and very lively and likes to have a good time. And I see a couple other people who are watching the show, like my buddy Ricky R, Double R. Shout out to him for watching this. He can attest to that. And so I figured I wanted to try and take some of that energy and put it towards the camera and just see how it would look. And I liked it, and I want to be able to continue doing that.
So on to our very next question. So who would be your all-time inspirational person or like acting like artist that you inspire to be like?
Um, I want to say that I'd have to go with there's three people. One of them, of course, is my acting coach and mentor and friend, Kevin Porter. He's one of those people that he knows his lane when he's acting, and even when he's not acting, he is just the nicest person. And it just goes to show that, we see all these stories about he said, she said for actors and things like that. But it's just good to see that there are just some out there that are generally good people. Aaron Shonke is another one. I was inspired because of his dedication to with Bat in the Sun and for the beat downs, and just watching him when he's directing. It's just, he knows what he wants, and he's got that laser focus for it, and it's just amazing to watch. And my third would be another friend of mine who's from Northern California and who has worked with Bat in the Sun in the past. His name's Sean Piccinino. And I've worked with Sean on several things in front of and behind the camera for this show right here, Heroes with Issues. And he has that vision too. And one thing that he told me when I was first getting in this industry was that there's always going to be an opportunity for you to learn and grow. So take that opportunity and diversify. It's diversify or die. So if there are any other inspiring actors who are going to be watching this, I highly recommend that you go through and, don't just do acting classes. Don't just look at that. Take courses in editing. Find a mentor who has experience in directing and learn that, because it'll make your job as an actor so much easier, and it'll make life so much better for an editor and director, because you have the understanding and the mindset as to where that person is coming from and what their vision should look like.
So on to our very next question. So what have you learned about yourself as a person and especially as an actor, like during COVID?
About myself personally is that I've always found that, I can be energetic and I can be fun, but I have those moments in my life where I tend to take it too seriously, and acting has just kind of taught me, don't take yourself so seriously. Ease up a little bit and just have fun. You only get one shot at life, and just enjoy it while you can.
So on to our next question. So if you could be in any TV or movie franchise, what would it be and why?
I'm sorry, do that last one again?
If you could be in any TV or movie franchise, what would it be and why?
I'm a huge comic nerd. So anything having to do with the Marvel, the MCU, whether it be their TV shows or their films, or DC wise is the same way, their films or movies, would be an excellent experience for me. I do have some experience as a military vet. I did have the opportunity to work on SEAL Team a couple of seasons back, and that was a great experience. But the Marvel universe is it's something that's always going to grow. And as we're coming into phase 4, that expansion is going to need more people to play more characters. And I would be privileged and honored to take up the role of somebody. And if you haven't watched, anybody who's watching this right now, if you haven't seen Shang-Chi, go watch it. It is worth it.
So
Please, please, please go see it.
yes. Well, I have to give a shout out to my incredible friend and good mate, who's actually creating a Marvel series of his own, called Children of the Atom. It's an X-Men type. It's like an X-Men type series, and it's called Children of the Atom. Shout out to that. Evan is such an incredible director, and yeah, if you, I don't know if you would be keen, but he would definitely love probably to have a chat with you and possibly get you into his fan creation.
Oh, that would be great. Another shout out that I want to be able to do is to We the Geeks of LA. Those guys do amazing work. Check out if you haven't had a chance to watch any of their stuff on YouTube, go watch it. They've got some great things that they're doing. They do a bunch of crossovers with Power Rangers. It's great original content that they do. So We the Geeks of LA is one of those things, another thing to go watch.
So on to our very next question. So what are like the positive and negatives into the whole acting industry, and how do you get through those like negative moments as an actor?
Well, of course, the positives is if you're one of those people who find acting not to be a job, but something as like a hobby, and it's a hobby that you're getting paid for, that's always a positive because you're never going to work. But the negative is that, you know, there are moments where you are going to be stressed out. There are moments where you're going to be working a little longer than what you would expect, especially on independence. Don't let that bring you down. When you go to bed at night, you know, just remember and keep that you may think that is just a negative, but when you go to bed at night and you wake up in the morning, just repeat to yourself, "I'm doing what I love." That's it.
So that's our very last question. So what's like next for you, like project wise? Anything that you like to announce on the show?
Right now, at the moment, I don't have any major projects or things lined up. I have tried to reach out to Lionsgate because I would love to come back and reprise my role of Ninjor for the video games. Because it's one of those things that I want to be able to see him more, you know, for like the Battle for the Grid. I want to be able to see his character thrown into there, and so to see that and to be able to come back and reprise the role would be a really great experience.
I actually would like to give a huge shout out to a couple of my Ranger friends and family over at Unworthy Productions. I don't know if you've heard of them before.
No, I haven't.
Oh, such an incredible Power Rangers franchise that has actually created this incredible multiverse of Power Rangers, and it's just grown so much. Like with Crimson Vision Studios, they also create incredible Power Ranger series. Like Colin K. Bass, the director, and he is also a Power Ranger too. Plays the Omega Ranger, and they've also had Ninja in their universe too. So I want to give a huge shout out to all these guys. Power Ranger Origins, another incredible series that's coming very soon. Such an incredible, like, Power Rangers has such an incredible like multiverse now, and it's just growing so much. And also incredible RPG based series called Power Rangers Master Force. They're doing such an incredible job too, so I just want to give them a shout out. But yeah, would you ever be keen to join one of those kind of series?
Yeah, I'd be down to do one of those series. You know, right, like, well, as I mentioned behind me, I'm in the process of a move. I'm moving down back into Sacramento, so I'll be a little closer. But I would love to be able to be a part of some of these other groups and do some other characters and play some more roles of Power Rangers.
Well, thank you so much, Aaron, for appearing on my show. It's been such a pleasure having you on. Do you have like any last final thoughts that you would like to give to people on the show?
I think for anybody who's watching, I'm just going to reiterate, anybody who's watching, and you're wanting to get into acting, don't give up that dream. That there's always something for everybody out there. Know yourself, know what kind of characters you're looking for, and they will be there for you.
Well, thank you so much.
There's one question from Liam Cooey. Hey, buddy, how are you? Hey, Liam, good to see you. Liam is another friend of mine. He's an amazing person, and he asked about in the Legacy Wars where Chun-Li gets a power coin. Unfortunately, because I got knocked out by and kidnapped by M. Bison before I can make the power coin, she was unable to at the time. So, but I probably have it somewhere. It's in the forge, so we could see something in the future.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Aaron. It's been such a pleasure having you on. I just want to say stay safe and all the best for your amazing, incredible career. It's been such a pleasure.